Good evening, folks. A lot to talk about here. And I'll start by plain and simple saying victory in New York. Project Veritas got a victory. And not only that, Governor Andrew Cuomo, the so-called greatest guy for New York, is thrown out. He resigns. Good job, man. Congratulations. You were supposed to win the Emmy. Well, guess what? I guess your Emmy nomination just got thrown in the dumpster. And now the dumpster's on fire. As my villain laughs. Not really a villain laugh, but just a laugh of vengeance. I mean, for crying out loud, you should have seen this coming a long time ago. First of all, and karma, like they'll say, karma is, I won't say, karma is sure hell, karma is a bitch. That's how I look at it. Now, as of the other part, well, with the other part of the Supreme Court, New York Times is the defendant. For the first time since 1965, the New York Times finally got defeated. What came on the docket? Project Veritas suing New York Times for so-called misinformation, for defamation of character. What was the defamation of character? Very simple. Saying Project Veritas is spreading disinformation. With all this disinformation about the election fraud and all this other stuff that was absolutely false and everything. Well, the U.S. Supreme Court might have not taken us seriously, which, sadly, they should have. New York Supreme Court, on the other hand, took it a little more further. Now, with this instance happening, does this open up the door to other things to come? That's the question you gotta start asking yourself. Is that the door to open up other things that might happen to them? Or will there be other issues happening? That's a quite good question. But let's look at this. According to the sworn affidavits, there was a lot of sworn affidavit in Erie County, Pennsylvania. Correction, Erie County, New York, I think it was. I'm not really sure. That might have been Erie County. No, that was Erie County, New York. Excuse me. I kind of got my states mixed up there. There's Erie County, New York, and Erie County, Pennsylvania. But supposedly, and that postal worker changed dates to go from one county to another. I can't remember. I think it was. And they were saying that, and the New York Times started doing, and that was in Pennsylvania, Erie County, Pennsylvania. But supposedly, when they were doing all these interviews with all these people, when Project Veritas did all these things for these people, and when they were claiming widespread fraud, New York Times tried to say, oh, that's not widespread fraud. And same down in Georgia, down in Fulton County, Georgia, and Cobb County, Georgia. When they saw a truck leaving with all those ballots and everything else. Same out in California and Kern County, California. Same out there. Even a few conservative counties that had trucks pulling away that were up in Wayne County, Michigan. That was even a challenge. And they kept on saying, oh, that never really happened. Jefferson Davis County, Georgia was the county. Now, those were the counties that were mainly being challenged. And Harris County, let me think here. I think it was Harris County, Texas, that was also being challenged, where fraud was found. It was widespread fraud, and they tried to say, oh, there wasn't widespread fraud. Well, disproved otherwise. They came with a lot of evidence, and they showed the evidence to the judges. But this time, the judges took the time to listen. And sure enough, they sided with Project Veritas, Mark O'Keefe. And they slammed the gavel down and threw the book at the New York Times and said, "Your claim to have the case against you thrown out is denied." And they sided with Project Veritas, and the defamation claim for Project Veritas was granted. So here's the thing. Never spread fake news about someone unless you have absolute evidence and can prove that it's real. That's all I gotta say. Don't go out there and spreading rumors about someone unless you know it's actual evidence. Unless you can come up with something, even if it shows up on maps. I mean, you can have it up in front of maps, kind of like they did. And they started trying to show an evidence like it wasn't even true. That's one thing that you cannot do. But apparently, somehow the liberals did that. And somehow the liberals pulled it out from underneath of us with the presidency. Because they wouldn't let us. And as of the audits in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, apparently more people voted that live in that states. Which is sad. More people live in those states, which is also a red flag for fraud. More people live in Wisconsin that voted in Wisconsin. Wisconsin was overpopulated, according to that. Which means the babies, the children that are under the age, voted. Voter fraud is real, people. Project Veritas proved it. Now, what we need to do is go out there and prove to these people what is actually going on. And it's time we go out there and show these people. Project Veritas exposed all this corruption. And now it's time we go out there and prove these people wrong again. We beat these people to the ground, and we prove to them that we are correct. But now, it's time we convict Andrew Cuomo. And it's also time that we convict all the other Democrats that are causing problems. And Republicans. I'm not saying Republicans are off the hook either. But in my personal opinion, it's just sad the way this whole thing turned out. But with that being said, hit the like button, hit the bell, and get more notifications. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.